Hey, what's up? It's Figure Hunter, and today is going to be a sort of a re-review or a touch point on the Ultrahuman Ring Air. I have been using this for weeks, but I have been continually impressed, and I would even say a little bit blown away by how the company is continuing to evolve the features and the app and the experience and the physiological direction and value you get out of the Ultrahuman Ring Air. And so I had to come on or just do a follow-up video just to say that, like, this is legit. And I'd say compared to the Oura World or the other Ring World, you know, Samsung has got one out now, and I just think the Ultrahuman Ring Air, I think it might be the all-time king right now for rings on the market today because of how they are evolving the app, the physiological analysis that they're providing, and just the overall benefits. It just continues just to get like really advanced or really extensive. So we're gonna dive into the app and just look at it sort of together in real time, because I feel like it's worth looking at. So we're gonna look at just a few basic aspects, just to talk about how they've increased. So this is the lay of the land. When you first come in though, you will get your sleep score in the morning first featured, you know, so we'll dive into that. You see all the different aspects that they can, you know, analyze. The heart rate drop, you know, my red aspect continually. But your sleep stages, I love that they put like little green bars underneath your sleep stages as the projected number of effective sleep stages you had. You can't take a lot of value with the actual analysis because even lab studies are not more than 80%. Your heart rate, you see that tracked over time, your heart rate variability. And then this is like one of the normal new features, or one of the new additions, is the morning alertness. I think that's helpful, or at least interesting. And tosses and turns during sleep, I really like that it's just showing different features. Now this might seem like a little bit, I like that little movements area. This might seem like sort of run of the mill, but in general, I feel like they're nailing just sort of a general summary, but I think they're taking more aspects into account with the sleep analysis. And then you got the dynamic recovery, and the dynamic recovery takes into account a multiple of features that I think they're continuing to expand upon. And so you have resting heart rate. You just have a lot of really juicy data in here. You obviously have HRV because that's like a big factor, and then your HRV trend, and then resting heart rate. So you can see the primary features that I really rely on with the Whoop. You can see it all laid out really clearly, and I feel like they're taking many more aspects into account than Oura is, and they're showing you the data for all the aspects. And there's not a subscription, you just pay the upfront fee. One thing that's becoming more valuable from what they offer is that they will also give you reports, and you can take reports and look at all the data and the analysis and get information from it. So looking at some of the other features they've added, sleep debt, I really love this because it can show me like how far off I am from my goals or from the general expectations. I don't really look at movement much. The stress rhythm, that's actually really interesting because a lot of companies are doing stress tracking now, but I feel like they do a good job and they handle it, and it's just visually really well done, and they take into account multiple different aspects. You know, temperature, cardio, fitness, you know, I haven't really used the ring for tracking workouts or anything like that. The one thing I do feel like, they have these new power plugs. I haven't looked at that, so I can't make a good conscious decision of what value you can get, but you can track all sorts of physiological crap by adding power plugs. You can add different things that are important to your physiological life and your physiological health onto how you track. And that's really cool. That's really advanced. Overall, the negatives, I would say, is that they need to track your workouts that are ported in from Apple Health into the movement scores. It needs to like have some sort of training load off of what can import from Apple Health, because the movement here, the actual movement on the app is not worthwhile to me because you can't use it for workouts because it's just not effective. And then the second thing is the ring battery. The battery life tends to be shorter than most of the others on the market at 3 days. I'd say about like 3 days. I feel like I'm charging this pretty consistently. So that is the update, sort of re-review for the Ultrahuman Ring Air, because I am just so impressed at how they are expanding their offering and the physiological aspects they pull out of the data coming from the Ring. It's the Figure Hunter. Thanks so much for watching.